Hello and welcome to Harvard Plays. What is up? Thank you for joining us today. Today I figured that I would do something a bit different and look at this game that I received on code called Mystic Vale. And I know it's going to be pretty good because it's published by Nomad Games and they do some very good stuff with tabletop and board games, and personally I'm a huge fan of any kind of card game. Like if you mapped out my hours with Magic the Gathering, and then with Hearthstone and Legends of Runeterra, and then if you add in like Slay the Spire, you're gonna get to probably 5,000 or so hours. I've played a lot of card games. So when I heard that this card game was coming out for Switch, I was very interested, and I thought what I'd do is I would instead just try to learn this game on a recording and try to show what my procedures are for reviewing a game like this. And then when the review goes onto the site, hopefully this will help justify what choices I've made. And yeah, it'll help people evaluate games a bit better as well. That being said, I haven't tried this out. I don't know how interesting it's going to be to watch. So I thought maybe I'd just flash a number onto the screen right now in front of my face. And that's going to say like how good this video was and whether people should watch it. Alright, let's go. So we're going to go offline. We're going to try learn to play first. Gonna move my face to a spot where I think maybe it won't block something. But I might have to move it again depending on how the game goes. Alright, so let's start with... Oh, I don't understand what any of these things mean. Let's go with the basics. Yeah, I really don't know very much about this game. So... it's going to be a shared learning journey. It's doing that thing where on loading screens it gives you strange tasks. Okay, let's look. Welcome to Mystic Vale. In this deck building card game, you will take on the role of a druidic clan attempting to restore cursed lands to the former vitality. I love deck building games, so I'm already excited. You'll do this by using a deck of cards which represent parts of the valley that you are tasked with revitalizing. You'll buy advancements and add them to your cards to bring new life and vitality to that part of the land. Okay. As more life grows in your valleys, so does your power, and with it the spirits of nature to revive the miraculous vales. Sounds good. Each turn you play cards into your field, and you will add powerful advancements to those cards to help you earn victory points. The player with the most points at the end of the game wins. Oh, so it reminds me a bit of Dominion then, if you're building a deck and then you're trying to amass victory points. So the screen is divided into 3 areas. The top half, I guess, is the Veil cards, which can be bought during a game. Veil cards are divided into level 1, level 2, and level 2 cards, and 4 of each level are drawn at the start of each game. Okay. The middle section are the advancements. Players can buy these cards and use them to upgrade the cards in their deck, creating a more powerful deck as the game progresses. You can switch between the advancements and veils by swiping up or down on the commons area or by pressing the arrow buttons on the right. Okay. This is the player area. You can see your current resources. Wow, it's complicated. Your field, discard pile, on deck card, and purchased veil cards here. That's a lot of resources. That's 5 different types of resources, and then 3 blue circles, and yeah, that's way more complex than I thought it would be. This is your deck with the on deck card on top. Okay, so you can see the top card of your deck. That's nice. This is your field. At the end of your turn, whatever cards are in here will be moved to the discard pile. The field is then replenished with cards from your deck. Your field will automatically replenish at the end of your turn until you accumulate 3 active decay icons across your field and your on deck card. Okay, I'm sure they'll explain that later. Okay, so I don't actually see what they're pointing at. Is it like the trash can on the side? This is the discard pile. This is where your field cards are moved to once your turn ends and you enter the discard prep phase, or if you utilize an advancement to discard a specific card. It is currently empty as nothing has been discarded yet. Good. You can switch between viewing your field, top button, veil cards, middle button, and discard pile, bottom button with these. You can also swipe up or down on the field area to switch between the different sections. I think I've already confused myself. Because wasn't the bottom one your play field? Why did it suddenly become the discard? Okay, so the bottom right, this area shows the current scoring for the game with icons representing the different clans. This icon represents the clan of the Wave Guards, whom you will be playing as. Underneath are the Beast Brothers, which are red, the Life Wardens, which are green, and the Dawn Seekers, which are yellow. That shows the number of victory points up for grabs in this game. They are awarded to players during the game, and when they run out, the game ends. The blue token next to your icon shows how many victory points you have won so far. The grey token shows how many victory points you have banked, which only count at the end of the game. Cool. With the blue you have on the field, not counting your on-deck card, you may buy up to 2 advancements per turn. So I guess they're kind of like coins or currency then. Advancements are added to the cards in your field to upgrade them and turn them into more powerful cards. The cost of each advancement is shown on the top right. Okay, I see. So that's like a coin then. The little blue circle's a coin. Let's see how to buy advancements and upgrade cards. Your turn is divided into 3 phases: planting phase, harvest phase, and discard phase. This shows the current phase of your turn, which is the planting phase. Is that a card? Are those cards? The cards button on the left is used for pushing cards. I'm gonna move my face again. This is gonna be really bothersome, I think. Doesn't really fit anywhere. I'm just gonna make it very small into the bottom right corner. Ooh. Okay, goodbye me. The cards button on the left is used for pushing cards from the top of your deck to your field. We will go into detail on this later, so for now, push the button on the right. Okay. So I guess it ends our turn. We'll go to the harvest phase. We are now in the harvest phase, which is when advancements can be bought. If you have enough, I'm just going to call it money to afford an advancement, it will glow blue. The Field of Flowers advancement is available to buy at a cost of 3 blue, which you can afford. As well as being able to afford an advancement, you also need to have space on a card in your field for it to go. When bought, an advancement will occupy either the top, middle, or bottom third of its destination card. Okay, that makes more sense. The Field of Flowers shows that it will sit in the top third of the card, as indicated by the blue tab on the left-hand side of the advancement, and so can only be added to a card with that slot free. So I'm guessing, okay, yeah, so on the very left of the card there's those 3 segments. Okay. So drag the Field of Flowers advancement downwards and over to a highlighted card and let go. I guess I could just put it anywhere. Maybe put it here. You now have a nice Field of Flowers. A new advancement will take its place in its commons once you end your turn. You will earn 2 money within the card with Field of Flowers is next drawn from the deck and placed into your field. Your power is growing. Okay, so I guess you make cards. You take pieces from that middle section and you make them into cards. And I guess you can combo them together because you have a top and a middle and a bottom piece. And then whenever you draw that card and put it onto your field, then the effects occur. That's actually pretty cool. I like that you can make a card from 3 different components. Okay, so any unspent money is lost when you end your turn. Cool, cool. There's nothing else you can purchase right now, so we just end our turn. But ending your turn will move all the cards currently in your field to the discard pile. New cards will then be drawn from the deck into your field, again automatically. Cards will be drawn until 3 or more those are decay tokens are showing. Your opponents will then take their turns before you can take your turn again. Press the end turn button to continue. Alright, let's go. So I'm assuming that I'm watching an opponent's turn. They are making some cards. I have no idea what is going on right now. Okay, so continue to next tutorial. I guess that's the first section already. Whoa, also fast. Alright, so let's go to the next tutorial. I didn't take in very much of that, so if I'm very bad at this game, I'm very sorry. I guess this is a good way to judge how well someone can learn a game based on its mechanics too. Who knows, this could be awesome, this could take off really fast. I see the potential in it. Okay, so some cards have a decay symbol within the advancement resource tab. If at any time during the planting phase you have 4 or more active decay symbols revealed, then you spoil. Decay symbols are counted on cards in your field as well as your on-deck card. Here you can see how many active decay symbols have been revealed in total. Previously we ended our planting phase without attempting to push any more cards into our field. Pushing can make or break your current hand, so let's try our luck. You use this button to push cards from the top of your deck onto your field. After the new card is added to your field, the next card in your deck is flipped over and will become the new on-deck card. Press the push button now. Okay, let's go. So the blank card which just flipped over is now your on-deck card. So that one's empty, I guess, so you can put stuff onto it. Every time you push, the total amount of decay across your field and on deck is re-evaluated. Any growth tokens will cancel out and respective decay tokens across your entire field. Oh, so if you have a growth token, it cancels out a decay token. Nice. When your total amount of uncancelled decay exceeds 3, you will spoil, ending your turn. You might choose to play it safe and pass at this point, but let's try to push once more. This new card has a fertile soil advancement on it. Okay, well we got it back. If this card enters your field, you will gain another money to spend during the harvest phase, provided you don't spoil your whole hand. Let's push that into field. Okay, so let's push it into the field. Bad luck! A 4th decay token has appeared on your on-deck card you have now spoiled and your turn will prematurely end. So it's a risk versus reward thing, I guess. And as a consolation for spoiling, this mana token will glow blue from the start of your next turn, giving you 1 extra money to spend. It will keep glowing until it is spent. I'm guessing that it's not money, it's mana. Because you spoiled, the harvest phase will be skipped and you move straight to the discard phase. So you lose a turn if you risk it too hard. Okay. And then we end our turn. That kind of sucks, actually. Okay, I see. So some cards have the decay token just intrinsically on them, and whenever you draw it, then it's kind of bad luck. Okay, so previously purchased Field of Flowers has now been drawn to the field. This gives you more mana to spend this turn, so let's buy a more powerful advancement. Okay, I see. Now we move on to the harvest phase. The Lifebringer Seed does not grant mana, but it has an ability written on it. So ongoing cancels all decay on this card. Oh, that's so smart. So its ability allows it to cancel decay symbols on the same card. Its ability is ongoing, meaning it will activate as soon as it appears on your on-deck card. It does not require any special actions to activate. So yeah, you would definitely want to buy this and chuck it onto one of these things, because it'll cancel out the fact that it has a decay symbol. Yep, so when it's drawn from the deck, the decay symbol will not count towards the total decay, potentially allowing more cards to be drawn to the field. End your turn now. How expensive was that card? Okay, turn ends. Let's have a look at the discard pile. Press the highlighted button to switch to the discard pile. Oh, how do I even get there? Okay, this counter tells you how much decay is present in the discard pile. The left-hand number is the amount of active decay, whereas the right-hand number is the overall amount. So I guess that tells you how much you have left in your deck, so you can have a decision about what risk you're going to take that next turn. Active decay are the tokens which have not been cancelled by a corresponding growth symbol or a decay cancelling card ability. You currently have 1 less active decay than the total because of the Lifebringer Seed you purchased last turn. Do note, however, that this does not represent the total decay across your entire deck. You may still have some decay in your deck or within your field. Let's head back to the field and continue the game. Press the highlighted field button to return to the field. How do I... There we go. It's definitely a tappy game. It would be much more fun with a mouse, I think. Okay, is there someone else's turns going on? This is interesting, because I feel like logistically, it would be a very fun board game, but it will be a very hard one to make, because you need to shuffle a deck that's made of cards that are built of 3 things. So you would need something like plastic cards that are see-through except for 1/3, and then card sleeves so you can shove 3 cards in, but then you can tell which ones have... Yeah, it's going to be way too logistically complicated, so I'm glad they digitized it. Okay, so we press the button to go to the harvest phase. Our turn again. Cool. Let's go buy some stuff. Some advancements reward you with spirit symbols. There are 4 spirit symbols in the game. I cannot see that. One isn't... The brown one is the animal, the green one's a forest, the yellow one's sky, and the purple one's all wild. The Dawn Singer advancement grants a... I think a sky, yellow is sky, when shown on a card in your field. Spirit symbols can be used to buy Veil cards, which we'll come to later. Dawn Singer has a special ability text on the card too. It allows the Dawn Singer to grant an extra mana for each... I don't know what that means. Whatever that symbol means, which is present on the same card. This ability is a harvest ability, meaning it will activate if it makes to the harvest phase, so be careful not to spoil. The It's a Guardian token, which are present on a few advancements. These tokens have no effect unless an ability on a card references them. Okay, so cool. Adding more Guardian tokens to a card that don't sing advancement can be very useful. Okay, so it's kind of like a combo piece, right? If I buy it, then I want to put it on an empty card because I want to fill the other two spaces with stuff that have Guardian tokens. Okay, I end my turn. Right now, it's not really doing anything for me. It's just kind of setting me up for a combo later in the game. Alright, so the opponents are making some cards. It's interesting that you get to see what cards they make. But on the other hand, they don't give you that much information. So you kind of just need to know what all the available cards are so that when they add it together, it starts to make sense. And also, I realized that everyone's buying from the same pool of cards in the middle. So you can have your thought of what is that player going for? Maybe they're going for like sky tokens or whatever. And so you can think, maybe I don't want cards that pay off on the sky tokens because then I'll be drafting into someone else's archetype. I kind of want to go to my own area where I won't be contesting with other players for a certain card archetype, right? So that's interesting. It's like, it's got a cool dynamic to it. Let's go to the next tutorial, which is Vale cards. I'm sorry, this is going to be still a long video. It's going to take me so long to explain the rules. And I'm going to play a single game and I'm going to be really bad at it, so I don't know how fun this is going to be to watch. Alright, so we've moved to the harvest phase, so I guess we're not going to draw any extra cards. Vale cards are shown across the top of the screen and they are purchased using spirit symbols instead of mana. Okay, makes sense. The type and amount of spirit tokens required to purchase a Vale card is displayed on the right hand of each Vale card. Okay, oh, so it's like putting together resources to make a more expensive thing. It's like in Seven Wonders, where you have more expensive stuff. I'm so incoherent right now. You have a Wellspring advancement in your field at the moment, which grants 1 animal and 1 earth spirit token. I'm pretty sure that's what those mean. You can check a total amount of tokens here. You currently have enough to purchase the Azure Lake of Vale card. Cool. So let's grab it. It has a bonus of 1. Oh, but it's just a card. Oh, weird. So I drag it into my field. I purchase it. When you purchase a Vale card, your field view switches to show all of the Vale cards you currently have. Oh no, I've lost the cursor again. Oh, didn't even come back when I did that. Where even is my cursor? Yeah, this is not meant to be played on a screen with a controller, guys. It's meant to be played on with a tap. Okay, I'm gonna try to fix this and cut out the wasted time and we'll be right back. Okay, so use these 3 buttons to view your field top, Vale cards middle, and discard pile bottom. Okay, so we press the top button to go back to our field view. Where is that? During the next phase, your Vale cards are replenished so that there are 4 level 1 and 4 level 2 cards. Complete your turn. Wow, I've completely lost the plot. I've forgotten how it just worked. Okay, so... Oh, so I'm meant to play out my turn. Okay, so I'm going to buy some fertile soils then. Chuck it on this one. Actually, I probably shouldn't chuck it on the decay card, eh? I'm out of money. Mana, whatever. Okay, so I guess I just end phase. Things get discarded. And I'm thinking that my Vale card is permanently active, right? It's always going to be giving me its effects because I bought it. It was harder to get, is what I'm assuming. Okay, so next tutorial, which is winning the game. To win a game of Mystic Vale, you must have the most victory points at the end. Please, no. Controller settings. Each game is a pool of victory points, which are awarded to players when earned through card abilities. When there are no victory points left in the pool, the round will play through until the last player has taken their turn. The game will then end and the final results displayed. The amount of points in the pool will differ depending on the number of people playing. Currently, there are 23 available in a 2-player game, 28 in a 3-player game, and 33 in a 4-player game. To earn points, you must buy Vale cards and advancements which reward victory points. The Plow advancement has a victory point on it with the number 1. That means you will gain 1 victory point each time the Plow is in your field, not on your on-deck card during the harvest phase. Some Vale cards and advancements award grey victory points. These are added to your total at the end of the game. The Exodus Road Vale card awards 2 victory points at the end of the game. Your current victory points and banked victory points, I'm just going to call it, are shown here. You now know everything you need to know how to play Mystic Vale, do I? Do I really? Okay, well I guess I don't really want to look at the expansion tutorials. We'll just play an offline game of Classic because I feel like if I go online I'll just get rolled, so let's try my best here. So let's take a wave guards, let's make them like medium, I guess. Whoops, I don't want to quit, hold up. And I'll add a Beast Brothers, make them, I don't know how this works. This is very much a touch game, so that's my recommendation. Don't play this on a controller, play this on touch. I guess I'll make myself Beast Brothers. I'll add a Life Wardens, and to make the game not too long, I'll just do standard but with 3 players, and no expansions because I don't want to confuse myself. How do I start? How do I start? Start. There we go. Okay, so it's making the game now, and I know the basics. You're building cards for your deck. Okay, so you draw some cards from your deck, you get the effects, you buy some resources to add to your cards, and then you reshuffle. And then eventually you snowball your resources to a point and you can buy Vale cards, and Vale cards make you really powerful, and then you buy things that give you victory points. It's actually very much like Dominion, except you can... There's more of a risk-reward factor to it, and you can make cards from 3 separate pieces, which is actually quite interesting. So we have 3 mana. We can get either a Fertile Soil, or we can get this Peacekeeper Druid, which gives us 1 animal energy, and during our turn, if we were to spoil, you may discard your on-deck card instead. That sounds awesome, actually, because it allows us to play very risky. And it seems like that's all that's available to me, so let's just grab this Peacekeeper Druid. Oh wait, no, I can draw. Oh, but I'm at 3 spoil already, so if I flip over another spoil card, and then I flip over another decay card, then I spoil, and my turn's gone. So, yeah, I should just keep this hand, take my Druid, put it onto the... Oh, I have to put it onto a spoiled card. Put it onto one of these cards, and then I will end my turn. I get this. I understand this. Okay. So I have 3 decay again. And I have 3 mana to work with. I don't want to draw, because what if I get another decay, right? It would suck. What can I buy? I've got only Fertile Soil. I can only afford some Fertile Soil. Well, let's grab this Fertile Soil. Oh wait, no, I had to skip planting. Harvest a Fertile Soil. Chuck it onto this one. End my turn. And so my deck's going to be getting very slowly stronger and stronger. Oh, I see. So you just automatically draw cards until you have 3 decay tokens. And you can risk drawing another one, or you can spoil and waste your turn. But we didn't get that druid card that would have saved us, so let's just go to the harvest phase, because we can buy podlings. What the hell are podlings? They give us a guardian token, and a victory point, and a sky token, so I think maybe that's going to be quite useful. I'm going to add this onto one of our existing cards, and then we're going to end the turn. Okay, let's go. This is making sense. And I'm red, so I have one banked victory point from that podlings. Green has a victory point, and blue has nothing. Oh, they just got a Vale card. What the heck? That's so good. How come I can't get a Vale card? Okay, so my turn. What do I do? I have 3 mana. No, I have 2 mana, and I have 1 Decay Token. I could buy this Earth Chant Chorus, which other advancement added to this card costs less. That sounds pretty bad, actually. It sounds very costly. I could try and check out what I could build from here. I can actually afford that Blooming Armor if I get both my cards at once. I could also... What if we try being risky this time? Let's risk drawing a card. Nice, so now we have 3 mana, and we haven't spoiled. So we can afford Cleansing Rain now. When played, search your deck for any card and you may put it into your discard pile, then your deck will be shuffled. That's actually not very good. I don't think I like that very much. What if we drew again? And again. Ooh, if we get that, we get 5 mana. But if we flip over a decay card, then we lose. So fingers crossed, this is going to be a good play. Nah, we spoiled. Ah, we got too greedy. But we couldn't have bought anything useful at turn anyway, so I guess it makes sense. Oh, they bought their plow, so they have some victory points coming in already. Okay, so what are our options? We've got actually a ton of crap this turn. We've got... Well, the best thing we have, first of all, is that we have 2 tokens. We have Sky and Animal, so maybe we can get a Vale card. We also have 4 mana to buy cards with, and you really don't want to spoil this turn. So we're going to go straight to a harvest phase. I'm going to grab... What are our options? We can get either the Blooming Arbor. If we were to spoil, you may discard this card to gain 1. I don't know what that symbol means. Oh, 1 growth. But that doesn't give me anything aside from that. Or the Laidline Nexus, which is just victory points and nothing else. We also can't afford anything on this side. Let's just grab this one. Give us some victory points. And then we go down and we can buy a bunch of crap. You can either buy the Deadwood Harvester, which means when you play it, you may discard any other card in your field. That could get rid of some decay, but also all of the decay comes with mana anyway, so it's not that bad. We could, because it doesn't give us anything aside from that, right? It doesn't give us any resources. Grasslands gives us a growth token, which means we reduce the decay, but while in your field you have 1 less mana to spend. Oh dude, they animate, check it out. The graphics animate a little bit when you hover it. That's really cool. And then it goes back to normal the second you scroll away from it. Okay, and another choice is Druid Song, which gives us a wild token and a victory point, and that's it. Maybe I will get Grassland and chuck it onto the card with a decay token. That way it's always negating it, right? And now we end our turn. Okay, so I think you just get like a template amount of, what am I saying? You get a predetermined amount of blank template cards, and then you slowly add qualities to them as the game develops. This turn, what have we got? We've got 3 decay tokens, and we've got 3 mana. But if we draw that, and we don't have a decay right underneath that, then we have 4 mana. So let's draw it. We spoiled. Just our luck. At least we start with extra mana next turn. feel like we're playing too greedily. They got the Azure Lake. They're getting actually good cards, and we're getting trashed because we're too greedy. We have no resources. We want some resources. Let's draw. We spoiled again. We're just getting really unlucky. Like, if we get a blank card, right, we would have just gotten that extra mana and we could have used it on something. But now we spoiled again. It sucks. Okay, there's a plow card. Oh, they bought it already. We're gonna lose this game so hard. Planting phase. Wait, I don't even understand. Shouldn't we have spoiled it already? Because there's 4 decay tokens on the field right now anyway. Oh wait, no, we're looking at the discard pile. This is our real pile. Okay. So, we have our grasslands, which negates 1 decay. Wow, we have a really, really big hand. Let's just keep it. Let's keep it. Because I don't want to risk losing that. We have our resources. We've got 1 sky token and nothing else. We can't afford anything here, unfortunately. But we have so much mana, so we can buy some really good stuff. We can afford the Calm Weather, which says, when played, look at the next on-deck card and you may discard it. But the good thing about it is it gives you both a growth token and a sky token and a victory point. Wait, no, animal token and a victory point. That's pretty good. Grove Tender has 1 growth token for every... That looks kind of bad. It looks like such a build around. Feral Chieftain says it's a Guardian token, and it says gain 1 victory point for every Guardian token on this card. That could be okay. And it gives you a sky. It gives you a sky as well. That's what I like about it. Lifebringer Seed says ongoing cancels all decay on this card, which is fair enough. Do we have our Guardian card here out? Because if we do, we should put the Chieftain on it. We do. Here it is. But it doesn't fit. Okay. We could put Grove Tender there and give that card a boost, or we could just get Calm Weather. Yeah, I think I like this play the most. It spends all our mana anyway, and so we just end the turn. And it gives us more chance to get good stuff, because it gives us more elements to work with. Okay, I think we need to risk it here because we have 3 decay, but we have only 2 mana. We can't do anything. We could theoretically buy, like, fertile soils, but that seems like a waste of a turn, right? Although I guess if we spoil, we also waste our turn. Okay, I'm gonna try. And go. Okay, good, now I have 3 mana. So we can buy our Cleansing Rain if we want. We can't afford a Dawn Singer, but that would be awesome. Do we want to risk it? Let's risk it. Not we spoiled. Hiya. Game is hard. You have usable advancement in your field. Are you sure you want to end your turn? The heck does that mean? Oh, this thing can... Oh, right, I forgot we bought that. If we were to spoil, you may discard your on-deck card instead. Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Let's do that. Yes, let's activate it. Oh, and now we draw that. No, we spoiled again! Oh, we could have had it all. Oh, I see now, because spoiling's actually extra bad because it means you discard valuable cards. And that means that card needs to come back for a cycle before you can use it again, so those resources are effectively wasted. Dang, okay, that's crazy. I'm starting to see the meta. Maybe I will do another game of this when I understand the meta and I can play it properly. Because I'm getting wrecked by the AI right now. There's 25 points still left. This is going to be a long game too. What have I got right now? I've got 6 mana. And that's very good. Okay, I'm happy with that. We can buy a lot of crap. You can buy our Feral Chieftain, which doesn't fit anywhere. We've got a few new cards here, but we can't afford any of them. We've got our Grove Tender. And we can also get Lifebringer Seed, which could be useful actually. Yeah, I think I like this one the most. Or Dawn Singer, which gains 1 for every Guardian on this card, would combo very well with the Feral Chieftain, but I think I'm just gonna go Lifebringer Seed. Wait, no, actually, let's go Dawn Singer, because if no one else gets the Chieftain, next turn we can come out huge, right? There are still cards you can purchase. What can we purchase? We've got 2 mana left. I guess we can just chuck a Fertile Soil onto just a regular card, and that doesn't hurt us. Let's keep going. Discard card. So we can choose a Calm Weather to discard. No, I want to keep that. I definitely want to keep that. Ooh, that's a really good draw. That's a really good draw. Okay, so if no one bought that... No, they bought it! That would have been such a good combo. Oh, they don't speak... Okay, I'm just getting wrecked right now. They're so good. Okay, so we've got some new cards to look at, and we've also got some resources. So maybe we want to look at these things first. We can afford the Blooming Arbor, which means we can discard our spoil cards if we really want to. I mean, we weren't going to spend those resources anyway, right? We might as well. We weren't going to afford any of this crap anyway, right? We might as well get a Blooming Arbor. Oh, can we actually not afford it? Oh, we need to skip a planting phase. And then we get our Blooming Arbor. And then we can buy some stuff. Actually, Lojax we can't, because we only have 5 mana and we can't afford any of the good stuff. There's the Mindful Owl, which just came out, and that says when play you may discard any other card in your hand. That gives you 2 mana, which is pretty good. The Bear Totem, which gives you a growth token and an earth token, which is solid, and a victory point. The Hive Swarm, which actually gives you decay, but also gives you a victory point and a sky token. The Stag, which gets 2 Guardian tokens, so it's very good in combos. And Aurora, which is gain 1 victory point for every 2 cards in your field. So if we had it right now, we would have gained so many victory points. Such a late game win condition. I guess we can afford another Lifebringer Seed. Let's chuck it onto our Decay card, just so we have a bit more of a safety net. Maybe our plan is to just cycle through our cards, because now that we have negated a lot of our Decay cards, we can just draw huge hands. Okay, it's a lot less risky to draw cards now because a lot of our Decay cards have been negated. So we can... Ooh. They're getting strong. They got 11 victory points and we have 4. Okay, I'm just gonna draw. How did I spoil that? Okay, so I can use that card that I bought to unspoil myself, right? Yep, Blooming Arbor. Make itself useful. Okay, now how do I get back to my... Am I stuck? Okay. So I don't want to draw because that'll spoil me. But actually I do want to draw because I draw. I draw! No! I can do the thing, yeah. I can use this card to unspoil myself again. Look at all these safety nets that I unwittingly made myself activate it. Alright, I'm not gonna draw that because I'm not gonna risk it, but I have 5 mana and enough to buy myself another... I'm gonna go Harvest Phase. Buy another Blooming Arbor so I can be even riskier. And with my 5 mana, I'm going to buy a Lifegiver Seed to negate yet another one of these spoil cards. So my deck is getting safer and safer. Sure, I will discard that. Look at that. What a huge hand. We have 10 mana to work with this turn. I'm starting to see the fun in this game. I really am. I love games where you pool your resources together and you build stuff and you snowball and you get stronger and you can build better stuff. And it's non-combat too. I always like non-combat games. Okay, so we've got a ton of resources and our trick is to figure out how to spend them. We've got 1 animal and 1 sky token, so we can not afford anything here. We should draw this because we can, whatever happens, we can always just use that card to discard our top card. So we should definitely draw this. Right? Yeah. Yep, so we got all the benefit and none of the loss. We have 11. What do we buy? Can really break the bank. We can get Gaia's Chosen, which says, I cannot read that. It's worth 1 more victory point for every token at the end of the game for every symbol on this card. So it's not worth that much. Okay, I think I might actually go for the stag, because this would be really, really good with the other card that cares about guardians. So let's chuck the stag here. And we've made an awesome combo. But we've also given ourselves 1 more decay. We can also, can we afford any Vale cards? We cannot. We can afford a Fertile Soil, just on a regular card, I guess. And then we end our turn. Whoops, that's an undo button. I don't want that. I want to buy that. And let's move on. That's interesting. I feel like this game is going to go on for really long too, because there's something like 20 cards still left. Nope, I want to keep that. Okay, my deck is online now, I think. It's got... Ooh, I want to draw that. I really want to draw that. But I think I'll spoil if I draw that. Yeah, let's not spoil, because I get to use that next turn anyway. Or they're making 3-piece cards. 3-piece cards are really strong. And they're buying the tier 2 Vale cards too. Dang, we're losing. We're losing real bad. Okay, so it's still Waveguard's turn. Wow, they have 16 victory points and 23 unbanked. We're gonna lose. Planting phase, I'm gonna skip it. Harvest phase, I'm gonna get a... I've got a lot of mana. Let's get a Gaia's Chosen, maybe? Or a Hive Swarm. Maybe Gaia's Chosen. And because it gets bonuses if you have it on any card with symbols on it. That card's got some symbols on it, so that gives us victory points. Not that we're gonna win, but we lose by less. That's nice. And can we afford anything else? No, we can't. End turn. And the next turn we come out huge. I was gonna say we come out huge this turn, but now we have 3 decay tokens, so we really don't. At least we have a lot of mana from that stag thingo. You know that feeling when you're playing a board game and you're just not as good as somebody else? And their victory is imminent, right? You can see it. You can see that they're about to win and you have no chance of winning. And then you're just kind of sitting here going, well, now what? Do I have to wait for you to win? How long is it going to take for you to win, you know? Not very long, apparently, because I think they've already taken all the available victory points. So I'm just going to draw and spoil and end my turn and watch the victory. That was so hard. What the heck? That was such a hard game. Okay, but I think I know how the rules go, and I'm really interested in it. So maybe I will do a quick one-on-one and see if I can beat like an easy AI and get some of my pride back, you know, get my pride back. So classic. we lost against Wave Guards, and they were a very hard dude. So we're gonna get rid of him. Gonna play Life Wardens, but have them on. Yeah, that's all right. And then we're gonna have the pool size be half, so it's a very short game. And then we start. And hopefully this is like a 5-10 minute game because it's only one other player and there is less VP to work with. And I kind of know it's ready now. I know not to risk my decay cards as much. Why are we looking at 3 decay symbols? Oh, we have just a very big hand. Okay, we have 4 mana. Going to skip the planting phase. Harvest phase, we can either get the Earth Chant Chorus, which says harvest. Other advancements added to this card cost less. Ugh, not great. Dawn Singer could be a really good opener. Wayfinder gives us an Earth token and a victory point. Oh, what is that art though? And Druid Song gives us a wild token and a victory point. But Dawn Singer is just much, much better as a card, so let's just chuck it here. Alright, let's go end my turn. So we only have 2 mana to buy with this turn. Depends on if I want to risk it and get Fertile Soil, or just get Fertile Soil. If I risk it, I could get nothing, because there's no 3 costs. So I will just get Fertile Soil, chuck it onto... skip planting phase, get Fertile Soil, put it onto this one, and let's go. I've not figured out if it's better to put the Fertile Soils on empty cards or on decay cards. I guess I don't have a choice on this one. I'll put this one... Oh, I'll skip my planting phase. And put Fertile Soil on a decay card. In my turn. The flow of the game feels more natural now. I kind of understand how things are going. Ooh, they afforded a Wayfinder. Ooh, the Peacekeeper Druid. Okay, I think I want to buy that. Let's get that. Because it gives us a animal token as well, which means that we can potentially get Veil cards off that. Nice, we got a really big hand. We have 4 mana tokens this turn. We can get Wayfinder for a victory point, or a Wellspring, ooh, which gives us 2 resources, or we get Druid Song, which is 1 resource and a victory point. I will get Wellspring. I'm definitely getting Wellspring. Gunning for those Veil cards this game. Nice, good turn. Oh, they got Field of Flowers. They put it onto a Fertile Soil, which means that when they draw that, they get 3 mana. So I'm guessing their build is going for really big individual turns, whereas we're looking more at getting good overall turns. I'm going to skip the planting phase because we've got 5 mana and we don't want to waste that. We also have a Sky and an Animal token, so we can afford either a Leyline Nexus or a Blooming Arbor. I'm going to go for the Leyline Nexus so we have more victory points. And I'm going to buy... Well, Grasslands could negate some decay. Or another Wellspring could give us a ton of stuff to buy our Veil cards with. You can also afford the Hulking Thornhide, which does give us more decay in our deck, but it's also giving us victory points every turn. Oh no, we can afford Plow. Let's just get Plow. Plow is too safe to not get. Alright, end turn. Okay, so they're improving their decks. Good, good. We have a terrible draw this round. It's a really bad draw. We only have 2 mana and 3 decay already. We could get a Fertile Soil, or we could risk it for the biscuit, but the payoff for the risk is not very good. So let's just skip the planting phase, get a Fertile Soil, and move on. Another really bad turn. Dang. I feel like all of our decay cards are clumped up together, so we'll have a really good turn soon. Skip this, get the Fertile Soil, chuck it on that, and let's go. Wow. What is my luck right now? I want to make the very erroneous assumption that most of my decay cards are in my discard, so if I draw now, I won't get punished. Yes. I feel like we stop here. This is pushing my luck already. Can we afford? Yes, we can. We can afford a bunch of crap. So let's just go. Let my risk pay off. Harvest phase. Look at all the stuff we can buy. As your lake means that every harvest we gain 1 extra mana, which is nice. Not too bad. Blooming Arbor is just our safety net. Sunstone Airy says once per turn you may spend 2 mana to use. Okay, it's interesting. Exodus Road is just more victory points. Feral Grove is 3 victory points, but nothing else, so it's not that great, right? Yeah, it's just victory points, nothing else. I think I kind of want to get the Airy Lake because it lets me have better turns, and I can also afford the Blooming Arbor, so I stay safe. And now I have 4 mana to buy crap with. I could get another Dawn Singer. I could get a Moonwolf, which is worth a victory point, a Guardian Symbol, and 2 mana, which looks very efficient. And alternatively, if we have anything of Guardian Symbols on it, we could do a Dawn Singer. You could make a very, very good Dawn Singer card. Nice sound effects, and let's go. So, it looks like we're still in the lead. We've got 3 victory points, they've got 2. And once we start drawing our plows, we're going to get much more efficient. Alright, so our turn, we're not going to risk anything, because we have 6 mana. Going to grab a Moonwolf, chuck it here. And a Peacekeeper Druid, chuck it here. I can't fit it anywhere. A Fertile Soil, I can't fit that anywhere either. What? Oh, I can put Peacekeeper Druid here on the Moonwolf. Okay, that's fair enough. And then we end the turn. Really, really bad draw. Terrible draw. They get a World Tree, which is not really worth anything. Maybe I risk it this time, because I do have a safety net card, so I can draw and draw. And that's good, so draw that. I have 7 mana and 1 symbol. What's this card again? Plow. Okay, let's just keep it, let's keep it. We've gone far enough. We can afford another plow. Chuck it on this card. And now we've got a nice engine going of our victory points. We can put a Fertile Soil here too. And let's bank those points. Okay, we are very solidly in the lead at this point. I am happy with these results. I've got 7 mana. I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to go for the turn by... Do I want Bear Totem? Or do I just want another plow? Let's get another plow. Can we afford anything else? We can. We can afford a Fertile Soil. Chuck it here. So we have less cards that do nothing. And let's keep going. Ooh, nice. We got a Dawn Speaker card. Which means that we have 10 mana, we have a ton of mana, and we have a lot of symbols too. So I do not want to spoil this turn. I want to just spend my stuff. Let's go up and see what we can afford. Nothing. We can afford a Blooming Arbor or a Radiant Pinnacle. The Radiant Pinnacle gives us resources, which looks awesome. Let's get that. What else can we afford? Feral Chieftain is at the bottom one, unfortunately. Ent Elder looks very good, but it's so expensive. It's also a middle card, and everything else we have is middle. Magic Seed is also middle, but if you harvest it, you gain 1 for every other card in your field, which looks alright. It doesn't look that great. Grove Tender has 1 for every... Yeah, doesn't really fit. Let's grab the Ent Elder then. Grab the Ent Elder for that, and then end my turn. And if things stay the way they are, we're going to win the game soon, because we are earning victory points and they're not. Although the deck is getting better, but we've got the lead. Okay, so let's just risk this turn. Draw. Remember, we've still got our safety net, so we can... No, don't end it. We can go to our Vale cards and use this and save ourselves from spoiling. And now, let's go to planting phase. Go to harvest phase. Let's buy a... I want to end the game faster. So the Feral Chieftain will definitely help me end this game a lot faster, because we're earning more of the victory points. So let's end the turn. We can still purchase cards. Okay, what can we buy? We can still buy a Fertile Soul. Let's add a Fertile Soul here, and then keep going. Great hand this turn. They bought the Hulking Thornhide, which does give you a ton of victory points every turn. Maybe we should go for one too. We skip that because we have a lot of mana that we don't want to waste. Let's get the Hulking Thornhide, chuck it onto a non-decaying card, otherwise we'll lose really bad. Let's chuck it here. And then get a Fertile Soil as well. Chuck it here. Do we have resources? We have tons of resources. But we can't buy anything, can we? No, we can't. Okay, so let's keep going. There's only 6 victory points left, so the game's going to end soon, and I think we will have a good chance of winning, but for some reason the opponent has like 13 extra bank points. I don't even know where from. Okay, our turn is awful, because we don't have anything. We have 4 mana, some resources from the Ent Elder, and that's it. But I don't want to lose that card, so let's just go to Harvest, get the Azure Lake, get a Moonwolf, and go to next turn. Oh, another really bad turn. I kind of want to risk it this one. Even though we have no safety net, I kind of want to risk it, because otherwise we have nothing to get from this turn. Well, I mean, we do have 6 mana. We do have the Feral Chieftain, which would be a good card. Even though it only gives us 1 victory point, maybe let's buy that. Play it safe. Okay, good hand. Actually, great hand. We have 13 mana to work with. And we have lots of resources too, so let's see what we can get first. Oh wait, no, we just won. Huh. I didn't even see that coming. Wait, what? How did we lose? What just happened? Where are the points from? What the hell? How did we lose by 18, 12 points? What is that? I was so confident. Okay, so I guess they got some really good high value cards. Wow, that's deep. That's interesting. I want to play this game more and more now. I am so interested. Okay, but I think I will leave it there. I don't think anyone wants to see me lose anymore against easy level computers. But hopefully you found this game really interesting, right? There is so much at work in these mechanics. And so if you like strategy games, then I very highly recommend this. I think it's got online multiplayer too, so if you have a group of friends that you like to play card games with, this would be a great addition to your regular game nights. It's very easy to set up, quite easy to learn, but so much strategic depth. I would compare it to something like Innovation or Dominion or any other deck building game which allows you to be creative with your strategies and snowball an early advantage into something much greater. It feels great. It's a good game, well designed. I would be even interested in looking at some of the expansions. So yeah, thank you for tagging along, and I hope you found Mystic Vale to be an interesting and hopefully enjoyable game. Alright, see you guys next week.